Hey guys, it's Holly aka Pot of Minifig Pals, and today we will be taking a look at the summer 2020 LEGO Star Wars Death Star Final Duel set. This is set 75291 and I got this from my LEGO store. It arrived early, it wasn't street dated, and they sold it to me. No, I did not pay any ridiculous amount of fees. I paid the Australian retail price of $170. In the US this retails for $100 and in the UK it retails for 90 Great British pounds. This set has 775 pieces and the box is surprisingly small and was very light for its price point. It's something I definitely noticed when I went in store and picked it up. I was really shocked at how small this is. This set does have a lot of big elements which might have brought the weight down on this, but yeah, just something to note. This will be releasing tomorrow on August 1st, and in the US I'm pretty sure it's coming out in September as there have been a lot of delays with the Mexican factory being closed. This is also the introduction of Darth Vader with his new arm printing, and honestly he looks amazing. So let's take a look at the minifigures now so I can show you. So first up we have our Lord and Savior Darth Vader, who comes with his red lightsaber. I'm just gonna take that out the way though because it is distracting his helmet. There's a big red reflection. So here is Darth Vader, and the main appeal to this version of Darth Vader is now he has arm printing. So the main appeal to this Darth Vader minifigure is definitely the arm printing. He's also, from my knowledge, got a new torso and leg print, and he's got that updated helmet that was first seen, I believe, in 2016. So when you do pop his helmet off, that little bit at the bottom remains and you can see his face print. His face print I think looks really nice, although I think his eyebrows are just a bit too long. I don't know what it is, they just look really funky to me. His forehead printing though and the bags under his eyes look fantastic and I love that. I've heard some conflicting opinions about the new Darth Vader mask. I personally think it looks really good. Some people have said it looks up a bit too much. To me, I don't really see it. I just think it looks a lot more accurate and definitely a lot more to size. I saw one of the original Darth Vader helmets at the LEGO store on a keyring, and to me it just looked tiny in comparison. I get that it's a classic, but I definitely think this one is a big improvement. And the fact that it splits off into two as well, just like in the films, is amazing, especially for a set like this where you are depicting Return of the Jedi. And I love this Darth Vader minifigure. I was most excited to get him in the set as I've never had one before. This is my first and he looks fantastic. That arm printing is just spectacular. That arm printing just looks spectacular, and I really hope we start to see this a lot more from now on. The detail as well on his torso print just looks fantastic. They've done such a great job with this figure. And even when you turn him around, like underneath his cape and everything, you still have back printing, which is amazing. And also if I take his helmet off again, you can see that he does have a double-sided face, although rather than a different facial expression, it's just some printing on the back, which looks really good. I am very impressed with this figure. Moving on to what I believe is definitely the weakest figure in this set, and that is Luke Skywalker. Now, by no means is he a bad figure. I just think in comparison, he's not as good. He definitely looks very accurate, but because his outfit is so plain compared to everyone else's, he just doesn't have that same wow factor. Just like Vader, he comes with his lightsaber, so let me move that out the way so we can get a better look at Luke. Now, just like Vader, this is my first Luke from Return of the Jedi, and he does look good. To me, it's just not as exciting as Vader. Like, there's no leg printing, there's no arm printing, he's got a very stock standard hairpiece, and while I do think that's very accurate, I do wish they'd kind of update it a bit just so it doesn't look so round and awkward. He's also got the same face as all the other Luke Skywalkers, so he's not too interesting. Taking a look at his back printing though, he's got a nice pocket here, and underneath you can see the rest of his alternate face, which is a shame. Mine's also very lopsided, which I've only just realized. That's quite a shame, especially since you can see that printing from behind his hairpiece. That's another reason why I wish they would do another hairpiece, is because you can see that chin detail on him. His torso looks really nice. I like the metallic silver on it, but yeah, just not as exciting as some of the other figures. Next up, we have the evil Palpatine, who seems to die at the end of this movie. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't. Never mind. But anyway, this minifigure comes with two giant strokes of Force lightning, so taking them away, we can have a better look at his torso print, which I quite like. I love all the folds and creases in the clothing, and I love the way it folds down onto his legs. Initially, I thought his legs were just going to be the generic coattails piece, so it's nice to see a different leg print here. He's also got the new hood piece, which I don't know if I like. I definitely like the back of it with all these creases here like that, but it's just the front bits. Why are they so long? Why are they hanging off? Like, what's all that about? It just doesn't look right to me, especially since it goes a lot lower than the end of the cape. Speaking of the cape as well, this is one of the soft, spongy black capes. Nothing nothing too special, and he has no back printing. Taking a look at Palpatine's face, we have a really nice detailed expression. There's this really angry one, and there's a lot of frown lines and details on his face, and he does have an alternate expression with just a really cynical, maniacal smile. I think that looks really good. I kind of wish it had a bit more of a grin to it. And the last figure is the Imperial Royal Guard, and we get 2 of these in this set. Both are exactly the same, so I'm only going to show you one, and they come with their brick-built sword piece. I do wish they could get a more accurate version of this though. Like, to me, it's definitely better than it used to be from what I'd seen on the old figures, but I feel like Lego could definitely make them a custom molded one and make it look perfect. And besides the mask, the Imperial Guard might look kind of plain to you, but I did realize there's actually quite a lot of detail on this figure. There are a lot of cloth creases on the torso print, and he's also got darker red arms. Now, I can't remember if that was the case in the film, but I do like the way it looks. The cape is also two-toned. It's got a darker red on the inside and a bright red on the outside, and that's something I realized when building, as I had them round the wrong way at first, and I was like, oh, hang on, they're actually 2 separate colors. Just like Palpatine, there is no back printing, although I didn't really expect any, considering it's going to be covered by the cape anyway, and he's just got a plain black head underneath that cloak. And I really like this cloak piece. Fun story about these Imperial Guards, I didn't actually know they existed until I saw them in Lego form, and then when I saw them being like advertised to promote Star Wars, or even when I rewatched Return of the Jedi when I was a lot older, I was like, oh my god, it's that Lego minifigure.
You uncultured swine!
You could definitely tell I wasn't brought up on Star Wars like I was Harry Potter. So taking a look at this set, it's quite small. It's a lot smaller than I expected it to be, and I don't really know how I feel about it. I do love the way it designs and also the way it folds up. I think that's spectacular, and it makes a really nice compact display piece that also looks really good. But I don't know, there's just something about it for the price point that it is. It just looks really tiny to me. I don't really know what I expected, but it definitely wasn't this. Now, a lot of you will probably know that this set is a direct remake of one that was released in 2016, and I remember seeing reviews from that at the time, and it looked fantastic. I really wanted the set. I never ended up getting it, but even when this was announced, I wasn't completely sold, and honestly, one of the main reasons I bought this is because I could get it early. It was more the novelty of having a set early that I did decide to purchase this. I definitely had it on my wanted list, as I explained in my wanted list video, but it wasn't one that I expected to get so soon. To me, it just doesn't feel like $170 worth of value. But besides all those negative thoughts, just taking the price out of it, I do like the build. I think it was really good, and it was also quite enjoyable to do. So here is the little entranceway, and you can see this entire build is built up by one brick, and that is so that you can fold it in and clip these side pieces in. It also allows this entire front section to slide out forwards, which I really like. But just focusing on the doors, we have a very nice red exterior, which looks very close to the film, which I really appreciate. We've got one small sand green statue over here, which honestly, I don't know whether or not that was in it. Don't judge me. If you want really detailed Star Wars reviews, you would have already watched Ryan M&R Productions video. You're just here for the entertainment factor. We all know this, okay? Over on the left, we've got a nice gold, what I believe to be a lamp or a statue. Oh my god, I really should have done some more research before making this, but either way, I think both of these things look really cool. You also have enough space out the front to put the 2 royal guards, and they just stand there with their little swords. If you twist it around here, you'll see these little corner pieces, and that is used as a handle so you can slide the doors in and out. You'll also notice the doors don't exactly match up. They're not really on any railing. They're just shoved between 2 bricks that are held by the top with a plate. So they don't really interconnect or lock into place or sit perfectly flush as I'd like them to. I mean, it's not really a big deal. It's just something that kind of irritates me. And this whole section is just held on by some Technic pieces onto this bit here, so that when you pull it out, the entire thing comes out with it. And this entire section is just made of tiles on a railing so that you can slide it in and out. It depends on how you want to display it. Do you want to display it completely extended or have that more compact display, as that hook is where these side pieces hold on to. So if you have those side pieces in, you can't bring the front forwards. And taking us up a bit, we have a nice staircase leading us up to Palpatine's chair, which introduces our first play feature. You'll see this nice grey lever over here. I am glad it's not bright red like the original. That always irked me me when I watched reviews on that, so I'm glad that they made it a nice grey. And you just push down on it and these two stairs kind of pop off. That was a lot less dramatic than I was hoping for. Let's try that again. And they just pop off. Yeah, that was a bit better. And that whole feature is done using these Technic pieces underneath the staircase. There are also these two giant black tubes with these little blue pieces on the sides. These look amazing. I love the way these look. It was kind of fiddly and annoying to do all of these little slope pieces though on those clip pieces. Moving on up though, we have Palpatine's little throne room chair area with two more of those little pieces at the top here. And they've also got a dish piece at the top, so you can fold them up, but they're all going to be the same height. You don't have to fiddle around with them very much. You've also got a big black chair for Palpatine to sit on, and they've left you a gap so that his cape doesn't exactly like completely fold over. Looking all angry, his cape kind of folds over, and this chair can just completely 360 around. It's quite nice. There's also some clips on the side, and that is purely so that you can hold his lightsaber, but I've kind of clipped it on somewhere else. I don't know if it's completely supposed to be there, but I'll show you that later. So you can have Palpatine sitting there contemplating how he's going to come back to life in the Rise of Skywalker, you know. Also on the side of the chair, you have these two stickered panels. You'll see at the back here on either side of the wall, we have these really nice stickered panels, which basically just have a photo of the Death Star and some plans. Both of them are different. I kind of put this one on a bit wonky, which was a shame. And then we've got this printed panel piece hanging on the side here. And there's the one on the right hand side. These are just built on by these swivel hinge joints, and they hinge out and kind of get stuck on one of those bricks with the studs on the side. And just like the use of a Technic dish piece here, it stops it from going too far out, which means they're both the same width. Coming back to the center console as well, we have some more cheese slopes kind of twisted to just add some detail to the walls. Spinning around to the back, you can see this really nice dish printed element, which is just clipped on via a hinge here. I mean, it also makes a pretty good play feature, as you can like bring it down and just throw people out of it. So just like in the Half-Blood Prince in Harry Potter, you can throw someone out of the window and just watch them fall, which is quite fun. From the back as well, you can see a better use of that hinge piece and see how it kind of just stops at that point. Besides those windows though, the back of it, yeah, it's pretty ugly. I don't know why there's some exposed studs on the side here. That kind of annoys me. But anyway, let's pop off this entire top section and take a look at the underneath. As you can see, I've got Palpatine's lightsaber hanging up on the wall. I don't actually know why I put it there. I don't know if that's actually supposed to be a lightsaber storage spot. I didn't really look at the play features on the back of the box, but you know, it works if the shoe fits, you know, that type of deal. There's also a hook hanging up, so maybe you want to hang up his cloak or something. I guess you could also clip him to it like that and make him spin around, but other than that, I don't know why that hook's here. These clips though could also be great storage areas for his Force lightning. I don't know, up to you. You could put whatever you want there. That's the best thing about Lego. You can use your imagination. I am really glad though that they did make this entire section really easy to pop off, as this area underneath that level is where most of Luke and Vader's battle happens. And there's quite a lot of space here. You could say that there's a lot of empty space that wasn't used, but at the same time, it allows you to kind of make them fight and battle. So in that regard, it's quite nice to have it there. It really is just the perfect space for a lightsaber duel. So now we're coming into the left-hand side, and this is basically the back view of it. It looks a lot better than the center. There's no exposed studs on the wall. This whole thing is really finished off and looks really clean. There's also no stickers on the back of these curved panels, which I was kind of surprised about. I thought they would have put some there. Then again, if you're displaying this backwards, I really don't know what you're doing, because it doesn't look good from that angle. And spinning it around to the side, you've got some more of these curved panels with some sticker pieces. You've also got some pillars hanging off here, and then you've got this nice built-up balcony with these little rods to create a barrier. And basically, it's where you throw Palpatine down to die. You just drop him in like that, and he just falls to his inevitable death, or death. Yeah, I'm gonna keep bringing that up. And then you can literally just pick up the set and there he is. Pretty neat if you ask me. Look at that. Just works perfectly every time. Besides those bars though, there really isn't too much at the top here. I mean, there's a little space back here where you could just kind of chuck things. There's not really too much area to stand either. It's just a one stud gap, and even still, the barriers kind of reach back, so you can't really stand there besides here. I don't know why you'd want to stand there. You'd have fallen in, but anyway. And then over to the right hand side is where you have some more play features. You have this little balcony area here with some bars, and it's all tiled off around here. This one's kind of got more platform at the back here. If you turn around, there's a bit of space back there. And this whole thing pops out really easy, as it's a play feature. You knock it down, That didn't even work. Yeah, technically you should knock it over that way. It's a bit more dramatic. And this play feature works so well that I have accidentally knocked this over like 7 times while building it today. We also have some little 1x1 builds over here and a little spring launching platform so that Luke can force jump up onto here, and I am going to try and get it. Just you watch me fail. This is like bottle flipping, but it's 2020. It's close enough. Oh dear. Can you see that? Oh god. Who can say what? You could tell he's had enough of me. Okay, I give up. If anyone ever asks what I do on Friday night, I'm just gonna link them to this video. Now, one thing I forgot to mention as well is because of the way these hinge out, this is stopped from moving any further. So if you do want to open it up even further, you can just push these side panels in and push this entire thing back and kind of open it up to be like this. That's another way of displaying it. But that is the entire set. So overall, I do really like this set. Do I think the value is there for its price tag? Probably not. It's a bit too small for my liking. And like I said at the beginning as well, the box is really light and really small. So even when you look at it, I don't think you can really justify paying that price tag for this set. Admittedly, this set's really good. I really like it. It's going to make a great display piece. I think it's got a lot of play feature. Even me, a 20-year-old girl, had like a good 10 minutes of fun trying to get Luke to land up there. The Darth Vader minifigure is also amazing, and he does make up a lot of that value on his own. At the end of the day, I am happy that I did pay the full retail price, and majority of that does come from the fact that it was the thrill of getting this set early. I had a great day going to the Lego store to go pick this up, so that also implements a lot of it. It's definitely a good set, and I'm not saying don't get it or that it's ridiculously overpriced, because we all know that spot goes to General Grievous' Starfighter. I definitely do think though with this set, a lot of the value does come from the minifigures. They all look spectacular. The build itself is also really good, and you will get a lot of joy out of this set if you do pick it up. Now, for those who have the original version of this set, I wouldn't get it. For someone like me who didn't have the original version though, this is a great buy, and I'm really happy I have this. I'm really happy that it's in my collection. I definitely think this is one of the better summer 2020 Star Wars sets, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to sell as well because it is pretty much a remake of the original. But let me know your thoughts down below. Do you have the original? Will you be picking up this set? Do you like it? And also, what are your thoughts on Vader? Because I absolutely love him. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel down below. I'll be at the shops at 9 AM tomorrow for August 1st release day, and I can't wait. And until then, I'll see you later.